understand Chapter 6 Classification of Plants, Module 2. In the previous module, we have studied about Kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae is classified into Kingdom Cryptogams and Kingdom Phanerogams. Cryptogams are the plants that have no true flowers or seeds. Cryptogams is further classified into Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. Division Thallophyta is a group which includes primitive forms of plant life showing simple plant body. Division Thallophyta is classified into three groups: algae, fungi and bacteria. In this module, we will study Kingdom Cryptogams, in that Division 2 Bryophyta, Division 3 Pteridophyta, Kingdom Phanerogams, in that Division 1 Gymnosperms and Division 2 Angiosperms. Now let us understand about Division Bryophyta. Bryophytes are small non-vascular land plants that require water for reproduction. Students, you may have seen a lush green soft carpet on walls, on bricks, on rocks in the rainy season. Now observe it under a magnifying glass. We can see that these plants are very small. These plants are without true roots, stem and leaves. These plants have root-like structures called rhizoids. Rhizoids means a part similar to a root that anchors the plant to the ground. I repeat, rhizoids means a part similar to a root that anchors the plant to the ground. These small hair-like structures are called rhizoids. This group of plants is called the amphibians of the plant kingdom because they grow in the moist soil. But they need water for reproduction. Students, these plants are thalloid, multicellular and autotrophic. Thalloid means an organism or structure resembling a thallus. A thallus usually means the entire body of a multicellular non-moving organism in which there is no organization of tissues into organs. Multicellular means many cells and autotrophic means green plants which can prepare their own food in presence of sunlight. They reproduce by spore formation. Spore formation is asexual reproduction which is found in non-flowering plants. The structure of the plant body of bryophytes is ribbon-like long. They do not have specific tissues for conduction of food and water. Conduction means, children, transportation of water and salts upwards to xylem and fruit in upwards and downwards direction through phloem. For example, Mertensia, moss, that is Funaria, Ricea, Anthoceras. Now next we will understand about kingdom Pteridophyta. These are a division of flowerless green plants that comprises the ferns and their relatives. Students, you may have seen ferns among the ornamental plants in the garden. Take a leaf of a fully grown fern and observe it carefully. You can observe sporangia in sori on leaflets. Sporangia means a cellular structure in which spores are formed. Sori is cluster of sporangia in fern. Plants from this group have well-developed roots, stems, and leaves. They have separate tissues for conduction of food and water, but they do not bear flowers and fruits. They reproduce with the help of spores formed along the back or posterior surface of their leaves. For example, Necrolepis, Selaginella, Teres, Adiantum, Equisetum, Lycopodium. These plants reproduce asexually by spore formation and sexually by zygote formation. They have well-developed conducting system. Students, till now we have studied kingdom Cryptogams and their groups Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. What similarity do you observe? Students, all these three groups need water and all these three groups reproduce by spore formation. They are called cryptogams as their reproductive organs cannot be seen. Cryptos means hidden, gams means reproductive organ. I repeat, cryptos means hidden and gams means reproductive organs. Now, let us understand about kingdom Phanerogams. Plants which have special structures for reproduction and produce seeds are called Phanerogams. Phanero means visible and gams means reproductive organs. In these plants, after the process of reproduction, seeds are formed which contain the embryo and stored food. Embryo means it is an early stage of development of a multicellular organism. During the germination of the seed, the stored food is used for the initial growth of the embryo. Depending upon whether seeds are enclosed in a fruit or not, phanerogams are classified into gymnosperms and angiosperms. Now, let us understand about gymnosperms. Students, observe all garden plants like cycas, lily, hibiscus, Christmas tree and compare them. You will observe that hibiscus have flowers, cycas leaves are like needles, Christmas tree shape is like cone. Gymnosperms are mostly evergreen. Evergreen means a plant that retains green leaves throughout the year. These plants are perennial and woody. Perennial means living for several years. The leaves form a crown. Their stems are without branches. These plants bear male and female flowers on different sporophylls of the same plant. A sporophyll is a leaf that bears sporangia. plants mostly contain flowers. Seeds of these plants do not have natural coverings. That is, these plants do not form fruits and are therefore called gymnosperms. Gymnos means naked and sperms means seeds. For example, cycas, puja, pisia, pinus. Students, now let us understand about angiosperms. You all must have seen seeds of corn, beans, wheat, tamarind seed, mango, coconut. Now, soak all these seeds in water for 8 to 10 hours. After that, they are soaked. Check each seed to see whether it divides into two equal hulls or not. You will observe corn seed and wheat seed do not divide into two equal parts, but bean seed, tamarind seed, mango seed, coconut seed divide into two equal parts. So, corn and wheat are examples of monocot, and beans, tamarind seed, mango seed, coconut are example of dicot. The flowers these plants bear are their reproductive organs. Flowers develop into the fruits and seeds are formed within fruits. The seeds are covered, hence they are called angiosperms. Angio means cover, sperm means seed. Seeds of these plants, fruits are covered with protective layer. Students, here in the picture, you can see first seed planting is done and then germination takes place, where plumule and radicle formation take place. Plumule emerges after the radicle and makes the stem of the new seedling. Cotyledons form the first leaves of the seedling. Then it gets transformed in tree which have flowers and flowers are developed into fruits. That is fruits with seeds. Gymnosperms are classified into monocotyledonous and dicotyledonous. The plants whose seeds cannot be divided into equal parts are called monocotyledonous plants. For example, corn, wheat, banana, garlic, onion, mustard seeds. Dicotyledonous, the plants whose seeds can be divided into two equal hulls or dicotyledons are called dicotyledonous plants. For example, mango, lemon, groundnut, almond, beans, pea seeds. Now, let us differentiate between monocotyledonous and dicotyledonous. Monocotyledonous has single cotyledon, for example, wheat. Dicotyledonous has two cotyledons, for example, almond. Monocotyledonous plant have fibrous root. Dicotyledonous plant have well-developed taproot. Monocotyledonous plant have hollow stem. Dicotyledonous plant have strong and hard stem. These types of plant have flowers with three parts or in multiples of three, trimerous, that is in monocotyledonous, and in dicotyledonous Plants have flowers with 4 or 5 parts or in their multiples, tetramerous or pentamerous. Now children, we will understand some activity-based questions. Here, kingdom Plantae is classified into cryptogams and phanerogams. So in place of A, you will write phanerogams. Cryptogams is further classified into bryophyta, thallophyta and pteridophyta. So in place of B, you will write pteridophyta. Thallophyta is again classified into algae, fungi and bacteria. In place of C, you have to write fungi. Phanerogams is further classified into angiosperms and gymnosperms. Angiosperms is further classified into monocot and dicot. So in place of D, you will write dicot. Okay, in this way you have to fill the chart. Let us see one more question. There is a comparison between dicotyledonous plant and monocotyledonous plant. Seed. In dicotyledonous plant, there are 2 cotyledons. In monocotyledonous plant, it is single or 1 cotyledon. Root. In dicotyledonous plant, it is taproot. And in monocotyledonous plant, it is fibrous root. Leaf. In dicotyledonous plant, it is reticulate venation. In monocotyledonous plant, it is parallel venation. Flower. In dicotyledonous plant, they are tetramerous or pentamerous. In monocotyledonous plant, they are trimerous. So, for your reference, you have to fill the chart or the table in this way. Let us have the summary of the whole chapter. Kingdom Plantae is classified into cryptogams and phanerogams. Kingdom Cryptogams is further classified into division bryophyta, division thallophyta and division pteridophyta. Thallophyta is further classified into group algae, fungi and bacteria. Phanerogams is further classified into angiosperms and gymnosperms. Angiosperms is further classified into monocot and dicot. Homework. Draw a neat and labeled diagram of Mertensia, Funaria and Fern and also explain them. Write the characteristics of the plants belonging to division Bryophyta. Distinguish between monocot and dicot. Thank you.